I'm Paul.
I'm Nick.
I'm Mark.
And this is the return of the son of the show. Tonight we're going to do something completely different. Last week was different. This week is even more different.
Mm-hmm.
We ran out and saw the Fantastic Four movie and then decided to run back to Mark's to record our impressions of it.
Immediate impressions.
Yeah,
yes.
As opposed to sitting there and letting it marinate.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Mike can't be with us. He had to rush home. But we're going to try to give him a call later on.
Yeah, hopefully get a remote review.
Yeah, to get a remote.
Don't tell him though.
Who calls me from out of the pit?
Set against the vibrant backdrop of a 1960s-inspired retro-futuristic world, the film follows Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm as they face their most daunting challenge yet. Forced to balance their roles as heroes with the strength of their family bond, they must defend Earth from a ravenous space god called Galactus and his enigmatic herald, Silver Surfer. And if Galactus' plan to devour the entire planet and everyone on it weren't bad enough, it suddenly gets very personal. So we, of course, have the man who's in everything, Pedro Pascal.
Yes.
As Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm.
She's right here.
Yeah, she is. She's most famous for, she was in one of the Mission Impossible movies, and she also was in The Crown as Princess Margaret. That's what she's probably most famous for. And then Eben Moss-Bachrach is Ben Grimm or The Thing.
Thank you for pronouncing that.
Yes, yeah. He's in what's the cookie? The Bear.
Bear.
He's the brother in The Bear.
Okay.
Joseph Quinn playing Johnny Storm, the Human Torch. He's most famous for
being Eddie.
Being Eddie in Stranger Things.
Yep.
Yeah. Ralph Ineson is the voice of Galactus. Let me see if he's famous for. Sounds famous. Don't know him. Yeah. Okay.
Galactus fame.
Of Galactus fame.
Yes,
Of I thought was for a minute. I thought it was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh.
I'm like, isn't he always the voice of something? Julia Garner as Shalabal, or the Silver Surfer. Most famous, unfortunately, for Ozark.
Ugh.
And we'll never forgive them for what they did to her
Nope.
in that. And then Natasha Lyonne as Rachel Rosman.
Out of nowhere.
Yes, out of nowhere. I didn't realize she was even in the movie. Paul Walter Hauser, who also looks familiar to me, but I don't know what he's in, as Harvey Elder or the Mole Man. Sarah Niles as the Fantastic Four's Chief of Staff, Lynn Nichols, and Mark Gatiss as the TV host, Ted Gilbert, who Mark Gatiss is, he was in Sherlock. He's a British actor. He does a lot of stuff overseas, but he's most famous for being Mycroft Holmes in the Sherlock Holmes series.
He's also in the last two Mission Impossible.
Yes, he was. Yep.
As a consultant to the president.
Yes. So we have quite a few famous people in it. So, Fantastic Four First Steps. Paul, what'd you think?
This is the movie we've been waiting for, or at least I've been waiting for. I'm so tired of the super military movies. I just want a friggin' superhero movie like it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
And some critic I saw this morning describe this movie as a live action Incredibles.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay.
Got that a bit backwards.
Sure.
Yeah, got that a bit backwards.
Horse.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it. I thought for a 2-hour movie, it was a tight, fast-paced 2-hour movie that didn't waste any time. We won't reveal any spoilers because it's just been out this weekend. But it moved so fast, and I was literally on the edge of my seat the whole time waiting to see how they're going to do all this in 2 hours. How are they going to do all this in 2 hours?
Mm-hmm.
And they unapologetically just made a superhero comic movie. And that's, I think, what I love about it the most.
Okay, Nick.
For me, what really stood out was one, what you just said. Like it's nice to have good grief, both this and Superman, like pure
Mhm.
comic book
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
but just like
yeah.
totally
Yeah.
embrace the medium and get the characters right.
Mm-hmm.
And this one does that as well. And good grief, like I'd say it's no exaggeration that this movie could get Oscar nominations for art direction and costuming.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It
yeah, oh
is
yeah,
so
yeah,
lush and
Right.
gorgeous, and
yeah.
they nailed the futuristic '60s aesthetic.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
And man, it's like it's so sharp looking. Um, they capture like just like the cars and like
Mhm.
all the advertising all over New York City
Yeah.
Mhm.
and just even the extras, like everybody is dressed perfectly for the
Yeah.
era.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's such a, you know, they get uh they get the antagonizing of Johnny and Ben,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and their
Absolutely.
like mutual attack.
Without being over the top.
Without, yes,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
And also for me, good grief, this is Vanessa Kirby's movie. Holy
Mhm.
cow!
Mhm.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just rules
This,
this movie.
yes,
Yeah.
this movie is about being a parent and what would you do
Yeah.
to protect your children.
Yes.
And yeah, and I think that's great because and then we'll let you talk more.
That's fine.
Okay. I think it's great because Sue Storm starts out in the comics as basically just an invisible, a shrinking
Yes.
violet.
Yeah.
She's invisible. That's kind of the reason why she turns invisible.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until like in the late '70s and then into the '80s when they really started to explore what kind of power she has.
Mhm.
You know, and she's arguably not even arguably, she's the most powerful member of the team.
Yes.
It's just not been
Hands down.
realized.
Yeah. Hands. Yeah. So, I again, like echoing you and both of you, much like Superman, I enjoyed the four color comic book. I
Yeah.
mean, I also think what this movie does is exactly what James Gunn did in Superman. This world of the Fantastic Four is fully realized. They've been there for a while.
Mhm.
There's mentions of many villains.
Yeah.
Um,
That's all I wanted them to do
yeah,
from,
they just
from way back when.
yeah,
It's
Right.
just you don't
yeah.
need all these damn origin stories.
No,
Yes.
no. They gave you enough info for the people that don't know them, and they did it cleverly. I love the aesthetic. I could just have an entire Marvel universe set in this 1963 or whatever year it was supposed to be.
Yeah, that's the
Um,
thing. What
yeah,
is it? Modern?
yeah,
Did it not move out of the '60s?
right. Whatever it is,
Well,
they should just. I would love to see the movies continue
yeah.
in that retro realm.
That's
That's
what made Incredibles work for me too.
yeah, yeah.
Somewhere, I'm sure someone has screenshot it by now. And I tried to catch it,
Hmm.
but there's a part, and this isn't a major spoiler, don't worry, people. But where the Fantastic Four are going to be on an ABC special, and
Uh-huh.
for a brief moment, you can see copyright MC blah, blah, and it has the year.
Oh,
I couldn't
wow.
catch it
Oh,
fast enough.
okay,
So
okay.
only
That's
if
a
you
good
put
eye.
it in the comments,
Yeah,
if you
can
know,
figure it out, yeah.
you can see what year it is. Put it in the comments.
Yeah, I think they just perfectly encapsulated. And so and the one thing that worried me, because I
Mhm.
didn't like it, they did that special. It was really clever when they first did the teaser for it. It was a newscast that you had to watch on YouTube.
Yeah.
It was really cool the way they
Yeah.
did it. But I was worried about the thing's voice,
Mhm.
and because it's, but it worked.
Yeah.
I didn't even think. I didn't even think about it till a certain point in the movie. I'm like, oh yeah, I was worried about his voice.
Yeah.
Whatever,
Yeah.
didn't matter. Nope, it was perfect.
Yeah. I think maybe giving him the Michael Chiklis type voice may have been too distracting.
Yeah, yeah,
This way, giving him a man's voice
yeah,
humanizes him.
yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
For
He
sure.
really, yeah, and I think Johnny Storm was great. They really,
They gave him something to do.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, and I don't think this will be a spoiler. I hope not. I think what I love the most, and I hope that people watching it catch on. I don't doubt they will, but what this movie does for me, I'm going to go political here. This movie says, hey, you know what? sometimes to save the world, you do need the scientists. You do need smart
yeah.
It's like a
people to
Godzilla
figure out,
movie.
yeah, to figure, and in this world we live in right now where there is no expert anymore. Experts aren't trusted. Elites aren't trusted. Science isn't believed. I love the fact that in their world, they're heralded as scientists, every single one of them.
Yeah,
Ben is clearly an astronaut and a pilot,
Yeah.
and Johnny, and I won't reveal anything. Johnny clearly has a scientific background,
yeah,
so I love the fact that it's for scientists, explorers, for smart people who
Yeah.
save the world, and
Yeah.
that's.
Oh yeah.
I think people need to hear that, see that. So
And that also gets back to the 50s and 60s aesthetic where like all the
Yes.
sci-fi movies, your heroes are scientists.
yes,
Yeah.
Every sure
Yeah.
you'll have
Yeah.
somewhere like it's a
you
guy.
got a mad scientist,
Yeah, a mad science, but you
Yeah.
also have, sometimes they're working with the military. The military, if there's a butting of heads, it only lasts for maybe a couple scenes. Like
Yeah.
we got to work
Right.
together to stop these
Correct.
giant
Correct.
ants or
Yeah,
whatever. it is,
exactly, yeah.
and
Yeah.
The Godzilla.
yeah,
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
exactly.
So yeah, they got that right as well. And I think just even the little things. So the fact that, all right, hopefully not a spoiler for people, but the fact that when there's a part where they're recording something and they record it on a record.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not, that
Uh-huh.
kind of, and there's a part where they put a little tape into Herbie.
Yes.
I mean, I just love the little stuff you didn't have to do, but they did.
For me, it
Yeah.
was
It was perfect.
it was the Andy Warhol painting of Johnny Storm.
Yes,
I was like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
as soon as I saw it, I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
And I loved that practically most of the shots, Herbie is a puppet.
Yeah.
Herbie's an actual physical thing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's not just like a CGI
Right.
thing running around. Like it's something
Right.
that the cast would interact with.
Well,
That's
and
brilliant.
that that you bring that up, and one of the previews was for the new garbage Avatar movie,
Yes.
and so I'm watching that on the screen, and I'm like, it's so CGI.
Uh-huh.
It's so I don't care how much money he spends on it. It's just a big cartoon.
That's what I told
You
Paul.
could just do a cartoon of this, and so this felt solid, real. This was a real world. You could touch things. I mean, even the Yancey Street was about as real as you could get.
Mhm.
And so I love the practical. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, yes, of course, there's a ton of CGI in the movie,
Sure.
but still,
I don't care anymore, to be
No,
honest. Because if you're going to do like this major, gigantic, cosmic thing,
yeah,
there's no grounds to base it in.
no,
So don't try. Just don't make it ugly.
right, exactly.
You have to if you want to capture the look of like what Kirby was doing at
Yeah.
the time that this story takes place.
Mhm.
It can't look real.
No.
But by the way, did you catch the Stan Lee and Jack Kirby?
So great tribute to them.
Yeah.
that was
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
Yes.
Great tribute to them.
Well, and I think they made, like Kirby, Galactus was functional. Everything about him was functional.
Yeah.
I thought was like served a purpose, which I thought was cool. That's about all. I don't want to get into too much with Galactus, but and then I think Silver Surfer was great.
Mhm.
That's and Mole Man was great. I think that people are aware he's right here in the preview comic
Yeah.
they came out with. So yeah, just a clever for the comic book fans. I mean, it gave us everything we could ever want.
Yeah, it's everything I ever wanted.
Yeah. And so I'm glad. My only concern is, and I hope Marvel tends to make they do this in the comics. So they put Miles Morales. So he was in the Ultimate Universe, and he was cool, and he was interesting, and he was in a different Marvel universe. Different things could happen. And then to me, he got boring as hell when they brought him into 616. They had Gwen Stacy become Spider Gwen. She had her own universe, her own aesthetic. Different things that happen. I thought she was interesting as hell. Pull her into 616, and she's just another wisecracking spider person. And so I would hate to lose the aesthetic of the Fantastic Four if they decide to pull them elsewhere. I think part of what makes the movie for me is the aesthetic.
Yes.
And so it would be a shame.
Well, it'll probably end up being one of those things where when they when they get around to doing the Secret War,
Yeah.
they pull from all the different.
Yeah, I
As
hope
opposed to
they're
the Beyond are pulling
Right.
from
right.
or Doom, I guess, in the newer one,
Yeah.
pulling from just different worlds. They're
Yeah.
pulling from the different realities and
Yes.
dimensions. You know,
Yeah, and then
is my
there
guess.
should be a patchwork. Yeah, they'll have
Yeah.
like a chunk of kind of like they did the 67 Spider-Man where Manhattan rises up.
Mhm.
They pull that part chunks of planets. It should be that.
Yeah.
So hopefully, yeah, because to me this aesthetic makes the movie.
Oh yeah.
And so
The only concern I had was kind of like for the next Fantastic Four movie is like, okay, what do you do? I hope it's the Negative Zone and like Annihilus.
Something
Because-
Annihilus would be
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
like I thought like, okay, like you just defeated this space god, and like in the second one was like, here's the Frightful Four.
Yeah,
And I'm like, what is
right,
this?
right.
wizard. Ooh.
Yeah.
So, but I'm sure, yeah, like if they're gonna have to keep like if they can keep that balance of, here's a couple of shots of us fighting maybe the Frightful Four, and now
Yeah.
here's Annihilus.
Yeah.
Right.
Like keep that balance maybe.
Yeah.
Would be a lot of fun.
Or if they did, like the way Marv Wolfman and Perez were doing the Teen Titans, where like 1 minute they're off in space saving Starfire,
Mhm.
and then they get back to Earth and they have to save some kid from a gang. And both
right.
stories were equal,
Yes.
because that just goes to Wolfman's talent.
Right.
Both stories were equally compelling.
Yes.
I mean, between George's art and Wolfman's writing, they were compelling. So maybe they can pull that off.
Right.
Yeah, or they could ground it with. I mean, I could see the Thing in Yancey Street. If they could keep it grounded that way, do stories set that way.
But this would be the perfect world to do the silly shit like the Savage Land,
yeah,
the blue area on the moon,
Yep.
all that stuff, and
Yeah.
just relegate that stuff
Mhm.
to this Earth.
right.
I think would be great.
All I kept thinking of is I would love to see a 63 bespeckled little Peter Parker walking.
Oh,
I mean, I want.
hello.
Yeah.
Or-
I want. Let's just do all 60s Marvel. That would be just like. I mean, it's what I would wish they would do with James Bond one day. Just set it back in the 60s. Forget modern era.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Put it back in the 60s.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Um,
If Mike were here, he would want Impossible Man.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes, it would. That is true.
Speaking of Mike,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
should we
yeah. Let's
see if we can get
Yes.
Mike to
get
answer?
him on the
Give
horn. There.
give us his. Make sure we got plenty of volume. Hey, Mike. This is the return of the son of the show. You're live.
You're caller 4.
That's right. You're caller number 4. You're actually reviewer number 4. So we want to know what you thought of the Fantastic Four First Steps movie.
All right. Well, once we get the Galactus that actually looks like Galactus,
Yep.
and I mean the dynamics between the characters was great. And I haven't totally processed it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, we're of course catching you off guard.
Yeah, but it was perfect. It was a perfect translation. I thought. It felt like Fantastic Four and had genuine humanity to it too. Yeah. And of course, it's cartoon at the end. It's pretty awesome.
Yes.
More cartoon.
Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, if they make another Fantastic Four movie, who do you want to see in it?
Who do I want to see in it as far as like villain?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we know Doctor Doom is going to be in Doomsday.
Right.
At least one assumes. And they already did the Mole Man.
Right.
I don't know, maybe something with the Phantom Zone.
That's what Nick said. Yeah.
Well,
Negative Zone. Yeah. Yep.
Annihilus or something.
Annihilus. Yep. That seems to be the number one
Yeah.
pick.
no paste pot, Pete.
Star.
Oh, Blastar.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course. I want to see Impossible Man.
There we go. Paul predicted you would say that. That's good.
All right.
No, Impossible Man would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they would probably make them look not quite so silly. But
Or you know what?
Yeah.
Just go
Embrace
with
it.
it. Just embrace it.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
all right, good. Okay, well, we didn't want you to not be a part of this, so we wanted to include you in our video. So, but we'll all be live together another time, I'm
Yeah.
sure. All right, Mike. We'll talk to you next week.
All right.
Okay, bye. I think there's so much they could, I mean, granted, of course, Doom's going to be involved in the future. You have to have a Doom story with Fantastic Four eventually.
That's what I'm glad they didn't do.
Me too.
Throwing that out
I
there.
am too.
I would have been happy with that, with the Mole Man.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
I know what they were trying to do with this, But it's kind of like the Star Wars thing: put all your eggs in one basket,
Right.
and just in case.
Yes.
But I didn't want Doom.
No.
It's like, can we have a not Doom story?
Right.
I
Right.
can't help but wonder in, say, the coming Secret Wars movie,
Mhm.
are we going to have a scene where the Fantastic Four meet Namor, and he's going to give Sue the look,
Right.
like, hey,
Yeah.
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 just for a
Right.
moment.
Yeah.
And I think that would be like the most fun way to play it and be like a little like treat for the fans. It's like
Yep.
no big like romantic
Right.
story, just like one moment
Yeah.
where like Reed's like, hey,
Wait a minute.
so that would be
Yeah, that would be good.
But yeah, I love the Fantastic Car.
The Fantastic Car was cool.
Looks so sharp.
That thing is ripe to be a model.
Oh, yeah.
Diecast
Yeah.
figures.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I love that. I liked the some of the, and I loved how there's a scene where again, no major spoiler, the Fantastic Four are in space. I mean, they just get
Yeah.
but the Silver Surfer, like there's a shot where she's like going through like this dust clouds and stuff, and like the way she's moving, it's like, oh, they nailed that.
They nailed the surfing.
Oh, yeah.
Nailed that
Yeah.
surfing
Yeah.
so perfectly.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, it's so cool.
Yeah.
I liked that. And just like you said, all these like the little touches.
Mhm.
I was trying to identify all the movies that were advertised
Oh,
in
yeah.
New York. I was
Okay.
trying to like figure them all out. Like, and
Yeah.
are those? I couldn't help but wonder, are those maybe? Because one is, you can see it on a marquee. It's Walt Disney's The Emperor's Twin. And I couldn't help but wonder, was that an unmade project or just something they completely came
I
up
don't know.
with?
Yeah. Go let us know in the comments.
It
Yeah.
was like an unmade Disney project from the 60s, or there was another one, like some action film about the Arctic, and
Huh.
it was called like Appointment in Minsk or something. And,
Okay.
like,
Huh.
I'm sure people are already like digging through those.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's going to be tons of, minutia. They're all going to be looking at the minutia.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree with you, though. The shots of the extras were like someone took a black and white or the early Technicolor '60s photos, just of the just crowds.
Yes.
I mean, it looks so good. There was a couple of older women in the front of the line who I'm like, oh my god, they just got that perfect. They got that look.
Yep.
Yeah, but I think I just two great changes for comic book movies in a row.
Mhm.
It's funny because we decided to watch. I hadn't seen the new Captain America movie, Brave New World.
I just saw it recently too.
Yeah,
for the first time.
watched it this week, and I'm sitting there. This is after seeing Superman, and I'm like, dark black military costumes, boring.
Yeah.
Yesterday, that's yesterday's superhero comics.
Sure.
We want our movies. I want my full color. I wanted big snake costumes.
Yes.
The Serpent Society. So I'm ready. Let's roll it out. Let's just go crazy. Let's get comic accurate. I mean, because their costumes, they nodded to 3 or 4 different eras of Fantastic Four with their costuming, but yet made it unique to the movie too. So, and I think the special effects were great. I mean, Reed looked great. They all looked. Thing looked great. So his face. They got his face Kirby-esque to me. They really did. Even better than Michael Chiklis was. I mean, Michael Chiklis was Michael Chiklis with orange rocks on his head. And so
Excuse me.
The Eben Moss guy just buried himself in the role. He looked great. Just I don't know, just the way they did the eyebrow. It was just,
Yeah.
it just was perfect. So yeah, another hit home run out of the
Yeah.
park.
Uh,
More thought? Any thoughts? Any more thoughts?
Yeah, that sums it up pretty well.
Without getting into spoilers.
Yeah,
yes.
we don't wanna do
without
that.
spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we may talk about it later on down the
Yeah.
line. You know, it may come up in conversation, but not here, not tonight, not on this show.
No.
And again, this isn't our usual fare.
No.
We'll be back to doing our Wonder Woman nonsense
Yeah.
and lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing a Ernest Borg importance of being earnest episode very soon.
Yes.
Hopefully we can get together on a Saturday and do a Sven review at some
Mhm.
point. Yeah. So if you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. Let us know your thoughts on the movie. Try to keep it spoiler free.
Yeah.
And do us all a big favor and hit that like button and that subscribe button. It helps the channel grow, believe it or not.
Yeah.
It's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason.
Correct.
So yeah, then just like in the beginning, I'm Paul.
I'm Nick.
I'm Mark.
And this has been the return of the son of the show.
Special Fantastic Four edition.
A fantastic
Yes,
edition.
fantastic edition.